Hello, it's Alicia with Ali.plans.cuteness, and I have for you an Ollie's haul, and this is a good one, you guys, and it comes with a really good story. So I will tell you that as I flip through, because I don't want to make you just listen to me and have to sit through my story before you start seeing the goodies. But I will say thank you all so much for your support. I have gotten so many subscribers over the past few weeks. Like, I never thought that I thought it would take me forever to reach 100 subscribers. I mentioned this in my last video. I'm almost at 500 right now, you guys. So thank you, thank you. If you are enjoying these, if you like this, please do like and subscribe. Those of you who comment, I do try to comment back. I might miss some. Especially now that I'm kind of back in the grind at work, but I will try my best to respond. But now my goal, I would love to hit that 500, but I'm so close. My new goal is actually 1,000 subscribers. So if you could help me out with that, that'd be so great. Again, thank you. Like, I thought it would take years, like, but you all are loving these Ollie's hauls, goodness. So am I. I've been watching them obsessively, and of course, keep going back. So, let's get started. So I will show you, again, I'll show you these stickers, and I have an ephemera pack that I will flip through. All of these were $1. And as I do that, let me tell you about my Ollie's. So my local Ollie's finally put their stuff out. So I've been calling them for like 2 weeks because I knew they had stuff, but they kept telling me that they're having pricing issues. I don't really know what that means because I feel like everything's $1 or 25 cents, but whatever. They have always been nice when I called. They know my voice at this point. And I called and they finally said, yup, we're putting stuff out. So I went, and oh my goodness, you guys, they were just the sweetest. So when I got there, there was 2 ladies that I've talked to. One of them is usually at the cashier, and I think she's usually the one who answers the phone, and she saw me and she's like, oh, it's her. She came. And then I saw the other lady kind of nearby who I had seen unboxing stuff a while ago, and then they stopped. Ooh, that's a rose. I didn't notice that was like rose gold. That's really cool. Anyway, these are all just stickers. So she was there, and she's like, we're just getting stuff out. She's like, I know, I'm trying. I'm like, I'm not rushing you. Like, take your time. I just am excited and want to see what there is. And she's like, no, like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe that they're selling these things for $1. And so she starts showing me some of the stuff she's unboxing. There's some binders that I'll show you in a second, and I forget what else she was excited about, but and I was like, is it okay? Can I like look at these things? Like, do you mind? And she's like, go for it. And this is the second store where they've done that, and that is just so sweet. And I always, if you do have somebody who says that, like, obviously I think it goes without saying, but I try to be very, very like respectful and like not tear things apart, and like anything that I pulled down, like if I unstacked the box to get to underneath it, I made sure everything was put back. Because I think, they're already overwhelmed with all of this, and so the last thing they need is me like tearing stuff up and making it harder for them. So, but I was looking through boxes, and like she was opening some boxes for me. And then I love these. And then as I was looking at them, she's like, yeah, this isn't even it. She's like, we still have a ton of stuff. Like, this is barely anything. Like, we have a ton of stuff in the back. Oh, it was a paper pad. That's what it was that she had out. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to keep calling. She's like, yeah, just call us, and see what we've got. And then she was like, actually, do you want to go see? And I was like, shut up. No way. And she was like, yeah. She's like, come to the back. And she's like, you can't come back there, but I can like, there's stuff's on a table. I can like roll the table. And if you've been there, guys, like, these are like big tables we're talking about. It's like giant, like wooden, I don't even know. They're huge. But she's like, yeah, I'll just roll it over by the doorway, and you can look and take what you want. And I was like, no, like, yes, but no, like, I don't want to inconvenience you. Like, she's like, we have to sell it. Like, might as well come see it. And so that was like the coolest thing ever, you guys. So I got first dibs, like, and she showed me all of this cool stuff, and oh, like I just like the kindness of her doing that and showing things to me. I'm like, and leave me a note in the comments, like, how do you, I'm like, I feel like I want to give them something, but I don't know how you thank like a worker. I don't necessarily want to like go buy like expensive gift cards, because that kind of I can't really afford all that, which is why I'm getting like cheap stuff. I mean, I can afford some stuff because I keep buying dollar stuff, but you know. But I'm like, do I get them like treats? Do I get them like, make them a card? I don't know. Do I do nothing? Because that's weird and awkward. I don't know, but they're just so kind. Like, that was just the nicest thing ever. And they were just laughing because I was so excited. So I think that is like, that made them happy, which was good, but you know, I'd like to do something nice for them. So let me know if you have ideas, because I mean, I feel like that's kind of weird and awkward, but it's also, this was just packaging that showed all the pieces. But I just want to show them my appreciation, because you guys, like, I got some good stuff. Like, oh, I was so thankful. That was so kind. And obviously that's like extra work for her to like push that out, and she was nice about it. She's like, oh, whatever, you know, I have to do that anyway. And I'm like, but like, you don't, right? Like, she didn't have to in that moment. And so yeah, so I got like first dibs on some really good stuff. So that was all the stickers and the ephemera pack. I found these. I thought these were kind of cool. So they're like wooden tags. So I thought that was just like a different kind of embellishment that I don't have. Got some doilies. I mean, $1 for these isn't like amazing, but you know, it's not terrible. And they're cute. I like the little ones, so I grabbed them. And that's the other thing, you guys, like, I cannot confirm or deny, but perhaps as we were looking at things, she was like, we were talking about like the papers and how like some of them are $1 each, some of them were ringing up as $1 each, and I was like, yeah, like, it's kind of crazy, because we've got, you know, like, places are doing such different things. Like, I see some places selling the single sheets for $1. I see some places selling the single sheets in packs for $1 for one. I have not seen the $1 myself. I've seen people haul them and, you know, show the price stickers. But I have seen packs for $1. I've seen packs for $2.99. Like, it's so sporadic. And the same thing, like, it's just so, like, it's crazy that you can get like a whole pack. This was $1, guys. Like, I can't even, like, their paper pads that they had this round were $1, not even $2, $1. So all this, $1. I will tell you if anything is different, but all of the stuff that I've shown you, $1. And so she was like, yeah, that is weird. She's like, I don't think that's right. I'm gonna talk to my manager. And it is possible that some things were not unpackaged out of the little sets that it said to unpackage them, which, you know, I was like, don't anything get yourself in trouble. She's like, no, that's like, that can't be right. She's like, because it doesn't make sense, which I think it probably is right, and it doesn't make sense because, and again, I don't feel like it's like too out of the ordinary, because lots of people, and I've seen stores myself where they're not unpacking them from the like multi-packs. But yeah, so not only did I get first dibs, but you know, there was some kindness there in the packaging as well. I found this punch. So again, now I'm kind of like all about the bigger stuff. I'm like, can I find that like unicorn thing? Can I find something really cool, like a machine or the tools, the punches? Because I have a lot of paper. I'm not gonna complain. I will stock up on paper. I will get it used at some point. But so I was excited to find a punch. Those shapes are not like what I love, but I do like these little arrows. I think the little arrows are cute. And then again, for $1, I was like, okay, let me get one of these, because they're definitely not $1. I did get this one stamp. Again, the wooden stamps, they had multiple. I'm not big on the wooden stamps. Oh, and then I got, sorry, I wasn't really talking about this, but this, I realized, I saw it and I thought it was cute, but I was at that point kind of overwhelmed by all of the wonderful things. But it's a layering stamp, you guys. So it like layers up. So each of these lilies has like 3 layers to make that like lily. Isn't that pretty? Okay, anyway, but those are the kind of stamps that I like to use. These, they're just like big and clunky, but so I've seen multiples. They had multiples, but this is the one I picked up just because, again, I feel like this is such a nice like staple, like to stamp a little box, to put something in, or to label something. So I got that. And then, let's see, before we get to this paper, they had these. I've gotten some sheet protectors before, but I liked these because they're like the divided ones. And I thought part of why I've gotten some of the sheet protectors and the big binders was to kind of help organize some of this ephemera. And so I thought like this pocket system would be helpful to do that. Again, $1. And then these paper pads. So they had these, which even though I got this one, which is a way better deal, but these were $2. I did pick up one of these just because it is some different colors. And so I like to have that variety. Pastels and like rainbow colors, like brights and pastels and rainbow are like my favorite thing to work with. So I did grab that. And then I saw these and I was just like, shut up. Like, this is insane. This was $1, you guys. It's like the really nice, they're in the box. I don't even know how to show this to you. So they're in that box where you can like tear off the top. I know some other people have shown this as well. And then this like, it's like a decent, you know, little cardboard container that will hold your papers. Here's like a picture. Right? And then I got all these colors. So all these really beautiful pastels. So there's 20 colors in here. They are textured. They are solid core. And they are, I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere they are 80 pounds. Yes, right here. 80 pounds. 80 pounds, 60 sheets. Lots of colors. Textured, solid core, American crafts. Like, what the heck? What the heck? That is amazing. $1. $1. They're not even doing $2. I was like, so like, I probably squealed. Like, I was so excited. And this is like one of those things where they didn't have a ton. And this is probably something that like, had I waited or had, you know, like depending on the timing of when they put it out, I probably would have never known they had these, because I'm sure they got scooped up really quick. In fact, I did check back and I didn't see anymore. So, but isn't that awesome? That's probably my, like, one of my favorite things. This is probably my favorite thing that I got. It's not the best deal actually, but this is, well, maybe, I don't know. But this is probably my favorite thing. I was very excited about this because you can always use solid paper. It's the colors I like, all that good stuff. This was one that as they were unboxing in the front, they had, again, $1. Here, before I flip through that, let me get this stuff out of the way. So I did pick up these. These were not $1. They were $2.50. But I grabbed them just because I mentioned this with the paper clips too. Like, I've been making little clips and things and like putting cabochons or whatever on some clips. And so I thought these would be fun for that. I don't really know, like the craft clothespins obviously like are always expensive for some reason. Regular clothespins, like if you just go in the regular area, I don't know what they typically cost, but I figure 100 for $2.50. Given that, like, I know I've seen packs like this in the Dollar Tree and they're not as big, and Dollar Tree is no longer $1. So I was like, yeah, this can't be a bad price. So I grabbed these. And that was not like their dollar stuff. That was just their normal stuff. And then let me show you probably the biggest deal. And then I'll go through the papers, and there's still a couple other things, you guys. Like, I was so excited. I was like so excited. You don't even know. You can probably hear it. I'm still excited. So I found this. So this is one of those like unicorn items, I feel like. So it has, and I looked it up, and it's only $18, which is still, you know, that's a great deal. This is like 95% off. But I don't even know how this is even normally only like $20. I thought this would be way more, because look at all the stuff that comes in this. This comes with like a stamp press. It comes with stamps. It comes with embossing folders, and it comes with layering stamps, and it comes with die cuts. Like, it's it's crazy. I don't even know how this is $20, much less $1. $1. So, I have a regular size. I have this stamp press regular size, so that's why, like, that's probably why this is not the thing I'm most excited about, just because I do have a stamp press, although a little one definitely I think is convenient for just like doing something quick and small. I usually just grab my block, but then sometimes, you know, when I use a glass block, if I stamp it and the image isn't great, then I have to like do it again, and it's not like this where you can just like press it one more time. So yeah, so this is cool. I don't know if it's magnetic or anything. I'm guessing it's not. It can't be. It can't have all the features of like, yeah. That's probably part of why it's cheaper. Like, it can't have all the features of their regular press, but still, this guy, plus, you guys, this is so crazy. So the embossing folders, so there's this one with all the leaves, and they're smaller, but if you're like doing a card or something, that would be perfect. There's this one. I did open these once already because I was like, what the heck is all this? So this is like a emboss and cut. So it makes like this tag type thing. I think kind of like this, right? So it cuts, and then as it cuts, and it looks like it cuts out, it's hard to tell, but I think these flowers are like popped up, maybe? I think so. But it cuts out these pieces, and this all like matches. So there's this one, and then there's this one, which is like the flowers, and it's got the emboss lines, and then it cuts them out. And then there's actual just like separate die cuts. So, you know, you could cut and layer. So it's got like the different, like the flower and some little flowers, some branches. So you could like, it all coordinates. You can like cut and layer it. And then there's like multiple stamps, guys. Like, I feel like each of these would normally be like $10. Like, I don't even know how it's 18 for real. So yeah, if you don't find it, but you're interested, on Amazon, it was $18, which is not one, but is not bad. Here, I'll use this. So yeah, so you've got this big like sentiment stamps. Celebrate, you did it, thank you, hello, bloom, love, hope, joy, faith, flowers. And again, these flowers, I think, match some of these sizes. If not these, then the other ones. It definitely goes with the theme. Yeah. Oh, I bet this maybe matches. I'm not sure. You have to play with it. But there's those. And then there's like layering stamps, which is so, like, layering stamps are always, I feel like, stupid expensive. I don't know why, but they are. And so these are cool, and they've got like the little ridges to line up with the stamp press, right? So you can line them up to make sure that they are even with each other. And so then this definitely matches, like this one matches this. Ooh, got too much stuff. It's all gonna fall over. This like cut and emboss, right? So you could stamp your paper and then, or either way, right? You could cut and emboss and then stamp, or stamp and then cut and emboss. I'd probably stamp first. Well, I don't know. I think it'd be harder to get a good stamp over the embossing. That's why. But look at that. So that matches. And then you've got all these other, like, these just layer up, right? So like this would go with this, right? So it layers up. I'll probably have it upside down. Oop, I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, they match. Somehow they match. Hold on. Okay, yes. There. See? I got it. So these leaves like line up, right? And then we've got this stuff that's gonna line up, and then these guys, like these two would go together. Isn't that so cool? So these 4 layering stamps, a stamp press, a mini one, an embossing folder, 2 emboss and cut folders, die cuts, and another big sentiment stamp set. $1. That's crazy. So this is pretty cool. This is probably, like, this is, again, I thought it was the best deal, but honestly, those, if it's $18, those paper pads are probably more than that. The really nice American Craft ones. But anyway, okay, so I showed you this. right, so let's look at these papers. And actually, really quick, let me show you a couple other things, because if you don't want to do the whole paper flip through, then you can check out and go about your day. But I found this. This was $1, and it was like not with the dollar stuff. It was kind of it was like by, you know, they have the books and the crafts, but it wasn't even with the crafts, it was with the books. And I've noticed that sometimes like paper or craft stuff or like little kits are kind of tucked away around the books. And so there's no price on it. And I was like, I wonder, because I'm like, this would be so cool for my classroom. Like the kids would love this. Like this would be so fun for them to like doodle on, or make a poster or whatever it is, like 24 inches by 20 feet. I'm like, if that's $1, like that's worth it. My kids will definitely get use out of that, my students. And I brought it up to the front. There were only 2, and I brought them both up to the front, and I was like, and she scanned them. She's like, yep, they're $1. I was like, oh my goodness. And the only reason I checked is because it had the K & Company. If it hadn't had that, I probably wouldn't have even thought to check. But I know that the K & Company, apparently, it's part of American Crafts. We've been seeing a lot of that stuff. And so I thought I'd give it a shot. So my students will get some nice chalk poster paper, which they will, I think, have a blast with. And then I got this, which is another, like, what the heck, amazing deal. So I got the pastels and the jewels, guys. Like, And again, this is white core, which is not as great as solid core, 58 sheets. But still, it's, like, textured. It's beautiful colors. Like, it's so nice. I don't know what the thickness is. I'm gonna guess 65. I don't know. It almost feels like soft because of the texture. It's like, it feels different. But it doesn't feel nearly as thick as some of the other stuff. So it's not thin paper. It's not like the thin scrapbook paper. It is definitely cardstock, but I feel like it might be more like 50 or 65 or something like that. So I got this too. Oh, and then these, these were those, but when I was talking to her, so these are like gold vellum sheets. I'd seen them before. I kind of passed them up because, again, I was like, 25 cents. But yeah, she was like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. And so I maybe got a little bundle, for $1. Rumor has it. I don't know. I cannot confirm or deny. But it is possible that happened. So yeah, so anyway, I was going to pay $1 for each. I was going to get just like $2 worth. So it's not that crazy. But yeah, so I got these, and then, that's the only loose paper I got from them. And then this pad I thought was pretty, and I haven't seen it before, although that doesn't mean people haven't hauled it, because there's so much stuff out there right now. But this was also $1. So this was this was one of the things they had in the front when I first came in, and they were like showing me, like this was one of the things they showed me at first, like, look at this is $1. Do you want some? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I said I would show everything else before the paper. These binders. I'm sorry. I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much stuff. It's so exciting. So I got this one. It's $1. I mean, again, I'm thinking for storage, and if I don't end up using them, I will gift them to somebody, or, you know, put them in my classroom or whatever. We can always use binders. And these are pretty binders. So there's this one, and then this one I thought was super cool. It's a little bit bigger. I love these like nice solid corners. It's so pretty. It's sparkle, guys. I love sparkle. And it came with stuff inside. So it's like a Heidi swap one. So it's pretty inside. It's got like really nice solid rings, which I'm sure the other one does too. It comes with this like storage envelope, Heidi swap on your story. And it has like all these inserts, which they're just honestly regular page protectors. They feel like nice quality though. They're nice and thick. I probably won't use these sheets. I'll probably honestly use these as like a thin cardstock. So they're not like super thin. Maybe like, I don't know, 50 pounds. So I'll probably use them for that, not for like this memory keeping stuff. But the fact that it's this beautiful binder, it's so well made. It came with the inserts, it came with the little folder, and what I will probably turn into white cardstock. that's crazy, right? Like, so that was one of the things that they showed me when I first came in. This and the paper. They were like, this is crazy. Sorry, I bumped you. I can't help it. And then I got this. This was $5. I cannot even put it under the camera. I don't even know how. It's this whole kit. It comes with all these paints. It comes with glitter and, what do you call that? The gold, I don't know, the gold foily stuff. It has, I think, 2 canvases, and then it has tools. So it has like a spatula and a tweezers. Let me see on the back. You can kind of see better maybe. So it's got all these paints. It's got the glitter, foil flakes, that's what it is. It's got stir sticks and gloves, which is whatever, but it's got this plastic comb for scraping paints. Oh, it has a drop cloth, which is appealing to me because I was probably going to give this to my own kids to play with because I'm not really into paint. But the tools, the tweezers and the palette knife, I've been wanting a really good palette knife to try to play with some mixed media stuff. Some little pipettes, like, whoop, and I knocked over something. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, this was $5. I probably wouldn't have gotten it, but you know, the ladies in the front who were sharing my excitement, they were like, oh my gosh, look at this, it's $5. And I was like, I don't really paint, so I probably wouldn't have taken a second look at it, but as they were talking about it, I did take a second look, and I'm like, oh, it has these tools in it, and you know, my kids would play with it. It has a drop cloth, so it's not as messy, so I got it. That $5, man, that was a splurge. So we've got these. This is so pretty. So yeah, I really liked these prints. They're really pretty. Only $1. So I was like, this is a good deal. I like that one. Polka dots. So yeah, so this is the last of the things, but I feel so lucky, guys. I feel so blessed. Like, that was just a crazy awesome experience. And again, she was like, there's still more we're unpacking, like, call back. Check back. She's like, ask for me. I will let you know if we've got more. Like, I don't know, I have had only fabulous experiences with these people at Ollie's, and I feel so lucky. Not that I've heard anybody have a bad experience, but just, you know, be kind and call, and hopefully you find some really good stuff too. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. This paper I thought was really cool. This like sewing print type paper. Sorry, I can't do that without bumping my camera. I apologize. This like lace. So again, these are not like my go-to style, but I do think they're really pretty and kind of unique. So for $1, I was like, okay, let me grab one of those. So that is my haul, you guys. I hope that, oh, that's really pretty. Looks like crochet almost. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this journey with me. I hope that it has been fun for you to live vicariously, and or that you've been going out and getting some really great crafty deals. Again, if you could like or comment or subscribe, any of those things, I would be so appreciative. Thank you so much for your support, and for all of you who are going out and making your own videos, because I've been, that's what keeps me going out, because I'm like, ooh, more stuff out there. Somebody else found something else that's cool. So thank you. Have a wonderful, awesome, crafty day. Bye.